Can you hear my TV, by the way?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. Very well.
Shit! I think it's only when I talk?
No, I can hear it the whole time.
What commercial's on right now?
I heard tender turkey breast, Italian, 21-ounce drink.
Oh shit, you heard 21-ounce drink.
Oh, this might end up in the
Alright, well, okay, the TV's gotta get turned down. That's
Yeah.
gotta happen. Good evening, and welcome to the Bear vs. Mancast, the video game podcast about nothing.
That's it. Just walking right into that. Just
Well, that was the old red herring, actually. This is not Bear vs. Man. This is Beer vs. Man. The podcast that is actually about nothing.
This is literally nothing. This is yeah.
Bear vs. Man bonus episode 1.
That's true.
Because one of us had to not be able to podcast for a week.
That's me. My name is
So-
Guy Who Can't Podcast for a week.
Right now, we are in a
Undisclosed
hyperbolic
government.
time chamber.
Oh shit. Okay.
We're in a location where time stands still. I'm not going to
Yes.
tell you the date.
I am.
No. I'm going to tell you that I'm watching Raw right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Monday.
Yep.
But you don't know which Monday it is.
You don't.
And we're going to do our best to not date this. But we're going to date this.
It'll probably happen.
Ryan and I have a history of dating things.
I do.
Which is why when we sat down, we're just like, listen, Bear vs. Mancast, it's going to be dated. Because we can't not date things.
It's gonna be dated. It's gonna be like back in 2007 when the podcast first started.
Right, exactly. We've been doing this for
8 years.
8 years. I almost
You're welcome for the math
said a
on that
higher number.
one. Boy, I hope that's right.
It sounds right.
Yeah, it
8?
does.
Close enough.
Yeah.
So this, like I mentioned before, this is actually a podcast about nothing.
That's true.
Video games will come up,
Maybe.
but it's late. Ryan and I are very intoxicated. My name is Nick.
My name's Ryan.
Like I mentioned, we
Beer.
are intoxicated. It's the fun. It's Beer versus Man. It's
That's what
bonus
you get.
episode.
That's what you get on bonus episodes. Me and Nick hang out after hours and drink beers and then shoot shit.
Probably
after.
about video games.
Probably. Yeah.
Ryan, what kind of beer are you drinking?
Don't be mad.
I'm not gonna be mad.
I feel like you're gonna be mad when I tell you the name of this beer.
Is it Red's Apple Ale?
Nope. It's
Is it? Hold on.
okay. It's an alliteration. I'll give you that
Okay.
as a clue.
If you told me the producer, would it be a spoiler right away? Would I know
yeah.
immediately?
Yeah, I don't know who the producer is besides just the name of the beer. Oh, okay. No, I got it. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Latrobe Brewing Company.
Latrobe.
Yep.
We talking international or domestic here?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Fuck, I don't know who that is.
It's
I
very
cussed.
common. It's very common.
So I definitely know the name of it, but I just don't know
You
the brewers'
definitely
names aren't
know.
out there. It's not like Sam Adams, like the names out there.
No, I mean the name of this beer is very known.
It's an alliteration.
It's an
What
alliteration.
What letter?
The letter R. This beer is surprisingly close to water. Just like I like it.
Shit. What's the style?
Extra pale, it says on the bottle.
Am I going to feel stupid when I don't get this?
Yeah, probably.
I'm not good at remembering things when I'm
Do you want me to read the back of the bottle?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. From the glass line tanks of Old Latrobe, we tender this premium beer for your enjoyment as a tribute to your good taste. It comes from the Mountain Springs.
So
To
condescending.
you, 33.
Rolling Rock.
Yeah! Was it the 33?
No, I just kept thinking about... I just ignored what you were saying. I kept thinking about R.
Yeah, I'm drinking Rolling
I feel
Rock.
like Rolling Rock pretends to be international. Like, it even though it's just a goddamn domestic beer.
Yeah, a little bit. My dad likes it, which probably speaks for that in strides.
Maybe your dad just, like...
He's
He thinks he's really in
he's-
touch with, like, European stuff, so he likes Rolling Rock, and he finds out it's domestic, he's gonna be like, ugh.
I mean, no, he just likes Rolling Rock because me and him have the same taste in beer in that it should be light, crisp, and refreshing always.
And then it should also be wine.
No.
Because,
That's
like,
not
wine-
true. No, wine should be
Wine?
red.
Wine should be stored in a trunk
No,
of a car.
I am unmistakably out of trunk wine.
Yeah, I remember that time you drank, like, a 38-degree red trunk wine,
That was a really great night.
and then you just, like, immediately got in a car and left.
But I wasn't even drunk, though.
All right, I'll take your word for it. It's anything I learned that apparently, like, so you're lighter weight than I am. Like, you drink less and get drunker. Did you say that's true?
Debatable, but okay.
Like, that actually affects. That doesn't just affect how you feel. It also means that you usually will have a lower, like, BAC than I will.
Probably, yeah. I'll give you that.
So, like,
yeah.
different people, depending on what you've eaten and, you know, your gender, your size, body fat percentage, and all that stuff, you won't just, like, feel different. You'll actually have different, like, BAC
Yeah.
readings.
Yeah, totally.
Which I guess that makes sense, but I never really put two and two together before.
Sure.
A little food for thought. A little beer for
Okay.
thought.
Little bear for thought.
I'm drinking Harpoon Summer Beer. It's just called Summer Beer. It does
That's
not
it?
specify.
All the descriptions on that?
Usually it's called a summer ale, but this is just a summer beer. I wonder if that means it's not an ale.
I'm actually like really bad at like beer.
It's a
and,
classic
like, beer.
example of the German Kolsch style, which... Oh,
fucking know what that
man,
is.
I forget everything because I've been drinking. I think a Kolsch is a lager brewed with ale yeast.
See, that's like already way above my beer pay grade.
Just like a cream ale is a ale brewed with lager yeast.
yeah.
You should drink cream ale. I think you'd like it. It's not what it sounds like.
Is it hoppy? I don't like
No,
hoppy.
not necessarily.
I don't like hoppy.
It's not necessarily hoppy.
Okay.
It's
I had
yeah,
like a-
as
Do you know what beer I really enjoy that I want to purchase for my home?
what? And why do you
Miller?
say it like you can't?
No, it's just like I've only ever drank them at work.
You know, where beer gets drank at work. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the night, we have a shifty, and that's good.
That sounds like a sexual act.
Yeah, we all sit in a circle and
Just have
jerk
a
off.
shifty.
No, it's when you get a beer for free at the end of the night because you're a hardworking guy.
But not Tim. Tim, you really slept off today. You're a piece
Tim,
of shit.
you asshole.
You don't get a shifty. You gotta take care of yourself.
You don't get a shifty. You're an alcoholic, Tim. You should go get some help.
Whatever. I'm
no.
drunk anyways. My name's Tim.
It's Miller High Life.
Really?
I like Miller High Life.
You should try Coors. It's the champagne of beers.
No, that's Miller High Life.
You know a little bit too much about Miller High Life, my friend.
No, I just read the can once, and it says
Um,
the champagne of beers on it.
I'm gonna think of some beers that'll transition you into drinking beer that isn't shite.
No, I like Heineken
You know, like
and Corona.
slowly. Drink Corona light or extra
Extra, always.
with lime.
as often as possible.
Have you ever had it with Bacardi Limon?
No, but I think you told me to do that
It's
once.
really good.
Yeah.
And, this is about the time of year that a very particular, a Mexican-themed holiday happens. And
is it tomorrow? It is tomorrow.
It might be. It might be yesterday. It might be last month. It might be 2 weeks from now.
Did I already blow
No one
it?
knows. And I remember a very distinct Trinco de Mayo where I had my friends and I had a lot of Corona Extras with Bacardi Limon. If you put too much Bacardi Limon in there, it tastes like Fruit Loops, which I will let all of you decide if that's a good thing or not.
What you're telling me is that we need to acquire some Corona Extra and some Bacardi Limon and do this, is what you're telling me.
I actually think it's pretty great, honestly, because it's also, rum is sweet, so especially if you're adverse to the bitter nature of beer.
Well, I just like to drink Corona straight up. You know what I do with my Corona?
Corona's fine. Corona, I think, is a perfectly fine beer.
I'll tell you what to do with Corona. You get 1/8 of a lime.
Okay.
A half pinch of salt.
Okay.
You put the salt in the beer, you shove the lime in it, and then that kind of jostles the salt around, and then you drink it.
Do you squeeze the lime into it first?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm familiar with that. And you flip it upside down and let the
a lot of times
lime float to the top and then flip it back.
A lot of times when you do that, the beer explodes everywhere.
Yeah, it's if you're bad at doing that.
Yeah, I'm bad at doing that.
Good at doing that.
All right, well, I'll just have you do that for me forever.
So but then I got to stick my thumb in the mouth of your beer, and then it's weird.
I won't allow that.
It's weird then.
Yeah.
Just get a stopper, like one of those rubber stoppers for a bottle of wine or something.
I have a million of those.
Stick that in your beer. Flip that bitch upside down.
I feel like it'll explode anyway.
No, it won't.
All right.
At that point, it'd be more likely for the bottle to just shatter.
That sounds even worse.
It won't happen. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
I don't know. Listen, all I know, I'm confused right now because I'm looking at my TV.
You better not be watching wrestling right now.
I am. Current
you filthy animal.
United States champion John Cena is in the ring right now, and he's on the mic. And some guy with a gray ponytail came out and is talking to him. And I have not been watching wrestling long enough to know who the fuck that is, and I'm really confused. And there's some other guy here too.
Isn't that Manny Pacquiao?
No, he's a little Filipino man who is not good at boxing apparently.
Oh,
right. That guy's Heath Slater. I don't know who that is either.
Sure.
I need to study up my wrestling lore.
Go to the
wrestlinglore.com.
Is it WWE Raw?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it okay? Go to WWERawWiki.com. That's probably a website.
Probably. Well,
or like WWEWikia.com. That's probably a website.
Or I could just watch some old episodes on the WWE network.
Oh my god, do you have that?
Yeah, of course I have that.
Oh, Jesus
It's
Christ.
$10 a month. I'd be stupid not to have that.
I don't have that, and I feel very smart.
I don't think those two things are necessarily related.
You just made them related.
Well, I'm saying if you suddenly had it, you'd be like, oh, I'm dumb now. Man, this sucks.
No, I'm just... No.
And I'm watching it on mute, so I have no idea what this guy's saying right now.
Turn on the captioning.
There's no captioning. It's live. I tried.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so beer. All right, so...
Yeah, yep.
A Corona Extra, I think, is a fine beer. I'm assuming you drink Stella Artois.
I like Stella, but I don't remember buying it.
Here's a little pro tip. If you want to drink beer at a wedding and not seem like an alcoholic, drink Stella Artois.
That sounds legit.
That's the secret. And you're drinking. Oh, that guy's drinking Stella. He's not an alcoholic at all. I bet.
You know what other Belgian beer I like?
Le Fin du Monde.
Yes, actually.
Which it's not to be confused with Le Fin du Monde, which is I can't remember who brewed it. I don't even know if they got their own TV show. I don't know if they have their brewery as a name. But Le Fin du Monde is also the name of a beer that is the highest alcoholic beer, and they made it. It's basically a whiskey. Like it's
great.
Not even beer at a certain point. It's so alcoholic, and they produced it and they bottled it in taxidermy squirrels.
What?
Google it, man. Can't wake this shit up.
Wait, are you talking about the same beer that comes in the 4-pack with the silver?
Nope, this has the same name. Actually, I think they might just call that one the End of the World. And in like parentheses, Le Fin du Monde. But Le Fin du Monde, that one is... I can't remember who brews that because I'm intoxicated. My memory is not good.
I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I think it might... I don't know if it comes from France. I think it might come from Montreal.
Sure, yeah.
But that's an alright beer.
The one I was actually going to say is Hoegaarden.
Hoegaarden's fine.
I don't think we like any of the same beer.
I just don't drink wheat beers, really.
I like wheat beer.
And I can I'll throw down with like a lager type. Like nothing really in your face or anything sometimes, but...
See, okay, so my problem is when I go to the beer store where they sell the beer.
Ryan's in the beer store.
I'm in the beer store, and I walk in, and I'm like, I want to try a beer that I haven't had before. So I'm like, okay, process of elimination. All the things that are stouts, porters, all of those ones, the extra brown ones, get them out of here. Nobody wants that shit.
I really don't think if you had like a brown ale, like a nut brown, or like an extra
those are
special
always
bitter
too bitter
or something, that wouldn't really be that offensive to you.
Those are always too bitter. Always.
You try some English style brown ales because those are not hoppy usually.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm going down the list of ideas,
hoppy.
right?
I can't remember.
I don't like hoppy.
I know.
So I'm going down the list. I'm like, okay, I usually like lager things, and then half the time I buy a lager, they're too fucking hoppy.
I drink the whiskey drink. I drink the lager drink. I drink the vodka drink.
Yeah, that's the...
Not usually.
A little bit of Monica in my life.
Yes,
is that the one?
I was doing Chumbawamba, and you did Mambo No. 5.
Well, we just covered all of the greatest hits of the 90s.
Of the 90s through, like, 2001.
Whatever, who cares? Yeah, so half the time I buy a lager that I don't know, it's always too hoppy and makes me upset.
Tell me some lagers you bought that were too hoppy and made you upset.
I can't remember them.
Just keep drinking them until you like them.
I don't think it's going to happen. I'm 25.
It's never too late. How about... okay, so you drink Miller High Life and Corona.
I like cider. I like cider a lot.
That's not a beer.
That is to me. You know what makes a good cider? It's local.
Angry Orchard?
No, down east.
How local are they?
It's really local.
I thought they were... I don't know why. I thought they were from Maine.
No.
Have you ever had Angry Orchard?
Yeah, it's fun. I don't like it. They're a little dry.
I bet they're more local, although they don't produce here necessarily.
Down east is in Charlestown.
Is that Boston?
Yes.
Okay, because Angry Orchard is Sam Adams.
Yeah, I know that.
Although I'm pretty sure most of Sam Adams beer is produced in like Rochester, New York, or something like that.
I don't like any Sam Adams.
I don't
Straight
either.
Up. I don't think it's good.
I don't like Sam Adams either.
Sorry, Boston.
Like it's
like,
okay.
I want to support the local
whatever
big guy.
You can support better local big guys.
Okay, I will.
Sam Adams is just okay. I'm going on the record saying it's just okay. Their beers are fine.
Yeah.
Like
Nick going on record. Sam Adams just okay. More at 11.
Surprise. That's all I got to say about it. No, they're just okay. I never had a beer by Sam Adams that I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm just like, Oh, holy shit, that was good. Never happened.
Yeah, I had like a Boston Lager the other night, and I'm like, this is Boston Lager. Beer, too bitter. It's a lager. It's too bitter, too hoppy.
Really?
Yes.
Your taste buds is weird.
It tastes too much like beer.
Boston Lager, I think, is just super, super plain. I like to cook with Boston Lager.
Boston Lager makes like a really good beer batter.
I can definitely see that. One time I made a brachol? What is it's
Brajol? Yeah.
And it's like a piece of meat that you stuff with more meat and you braise it in like tomato sauce. I did like half tomato sauce, half Boston Lager, and it came out pretty tasty. You don't want to use anything too hoppy for that, unless you really want to get like a citrusy flavor from it.
This podcast is brought to you by Rolling Rock.
Speaking of Rolling Rock,
yep,
we're going to go to our sponsors. Have a quick word about the companies that make Bear vs. Man a reality.
That's true.
Hey, I'm in a bar. Hey, bartender. What you guys got on tap? Oh, you guys
nothing.
don't have anything on tap? So you only got bottles?
Nothing. Only a bottle. We got one bottle.
Well, I see a bunch of different bottles behind you. You guys don't have those?
No. You want to drink this?
What is this?
This is it's green.
You know,
it's cold.
I was gonna say a lot of beer bottles you see out there, that shit's brown. But this one,
we don't got brown bottles here.
That's what I'm saying. This one's green. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with your selection.
We don't got brown. We don't got clear. We got green. And you know what's green? Rolling Rocks.
You know what's green? The money I got in my wallet to pay for this delicious beer. How much I owe you, barkeep?
This beer is very inexpensive.
How inexpensive?
I don't know, but like $2.
Here's a 100. Keep the change. I'm so affluent. The only beer I drink is Rolling Rock.
That's why you're so affluent.
Oh,
Rolling Rock,
just
greatest beer in St. Louis.
Oh, it's so crisp. It's so refreshing. It's clean. It's this
Rolling Rock from the glass-lined tanks of Old Latrobe.
Is this imported? It tastes imported.
No, it's from the Mountain Springs to You, number 33.
You sound crazy. This tastes imported. I want my money back.
I assure you not, sir. It is domestic beer at its finest.
I'd like to speak to your manager.
I'm the manager.
I want to speak to your manager.
I'm the manager. I own this bar. Oh. Buy Rolling Rock today.
Yeah, no, I'm just... Oh, sorry. No, never mind. I gotta go. My wife. I gotta...
Buy Rolling Rock today.
Well, that's a really good discussion we had about beer just now.
Yep.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about video games or something.
I think we should talk about video games.
We want to talk about something that isn't video games instead?
Sure.
Amiibos.
No, those are video games.
Those are actually plastic. Those are action figures? They're not even action figures. They're not posable.
They're figurines.
So those are...
Yes.
I have terrible news for you.
Are we back?
Yeah.
No one told me.
Terrible news for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Figurines are not video games.
That's bullshit. Okay.
Right, tell me how Amiibos make you feel.
I just wrote an article about this today on Bear vs.
Or maybe last week. You don't know.
You don't know. May the 4th be with you.
Or maybe May the 19th be with your cousin.
Inside you.
You don't know.
So Amiibos make me really upset because I want to own all of them because I have mental problems.
What if so like you're so mad at them for like not handling Amiibos properly? What if they just like never made Amiibos?
Honestly, probably better.
Yeah, like you wouldn't even fucking notice. Like you wouldn't have looked back at it.
My
at all.
life was totally fine without Amiibos in it. 100% normal days and nights. I'm upset that Amiibos are real.
And yet you love them.
But
you literally
I can't
get
stop.
Enough.
So let me tell you. Do you know the Patient Zero story of Amiibos with me?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell everybody, dear listeners.
No, you tell me. Everyone else is officially eavesdropping if they listen at this point.
Okay, so everybody, you need to mute your radios for the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Your radios.
Do not listen to the next section. You will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Okay, so when Amiibos were first announced back in 2014, the first 12 of them, I was like, oh, cool. I would like a Marth and a Villager. Those are the two guys that I like the most out of those 12. Okay. It turned out that those two were the most rare Amiibos.
Rarer than Wii Fit Trainer?
Yep.
Impossible.
Because, no, it's true. If you ask anybody who knows anything about Amiibos, that Villager and Marth are like the two most rarest Amiibos.
Actually, I didn't know that. But,
yeah,
I mean...
you did, didn't you?
Oh,
Wii Fit Trainer is definitely up there.
You fully admit right now that Wii Fit Trainer is not a common Amiibo.
No, yeah, she's absolutely not. Luckily, by the time I fell down this horrible rabbit hole, I walked into Best Buy and I bought a Wii Fit Trainer. They still had them. But yeah, so I was like, oh, I already have the two rarest ones. Let me just get, like Pikachu. And the other one.
Pikachu, which you can still...
Donkey Kong,
Pikachu, Peach, Link. You can find all that shit anywhere you go. Yoshi,
so
Mario.
I got Pikachu and Donkey Kong. And then I'm like, oh, well, what if I just get the rest of them? And then it'll be like years before Nintendo gets their shit together to make more Amiibos. I'll be fine.
He says.
Years. So I picked up the rest of the 8 Amiibos that I didn't have. And then I'm like, oh, look at this. It looks so nice on my shelf. I got them all leveled up to level 50. I named them all. They're just great. And then I have a lot of names.
What's your Donkey Kong named?
Danky Kank.
Mine is Dong.
Yeah, that's a good name. Probably my favorite Amiibo name that I have is for Little Mac. Do you want to know what it is?
I think I already know what it is, but I don't know it right now. What is it?
It's number 1 combo.
Nope. I did not know that at all.
Do you want to know why it's called number 1 combo?
Please tell us.
Because if you look at a McDonald's menu, the number 1 combo is a Big Mac. And I thought
Ryan,
that was really funny.
You funny, Ryan. Oh, man. I'm crying.
I thought that was really funny.
It's
I don't know,
pretty
man.
funny.
It's pretty funny. It just sucks about Amiibos because I wrote this in that article from weeks ago that if Nintendo were to just like treat
or maybe
Amiibos
from
like
3 weeks from now, you don't know.
Nobody knows. So if Nintendo were to treat Amiibos like furniture,
okay, if they did that,
everything would be fine. So the way you buy real furniture for grown-ups is you walk into a store, there's the thing on display.
I think you're being kind of condescending.
I am.
My entire apartment is furnished by my good Swedish friends at IKEA.
PewDiePie.
Nope. You're confusing the 3 Swedish things. Notch, PewDiePie, and IKEA.
I thought the last one was Swedish Chef.
Swedish Chef, meatballs. Those are the 5 things that came out of Sweden.
Top 5 Swedish things. Go.
BuzzFeed.com.
Anyway, so when you when you go to a place that has furniture,
and you're like, I want this table. I'm like, give it to me right now and put it in my truck. And they're like, you can't have this table. We have to give you a very similar but different table.
No, well, so what happens is you order the table, somebody in a factory makes it for you, and 2 to 4 months later, it's shipped to your home.
I feel like if they're in a factory, it shouldn't take that long.
Well, I mean, it's handcrafted Swiss furniture. Like,
You
what are
and
you
your
doing?
Swiss shit. and your swatches.
I'm
your...
Swiss.
I know, but it's just irritating.
Not to be confused with Sweden. Don't do that. It's not funny.
Yeah, Switzerland, they're the neutral ones. They're the ones with the Smash Bros. Melee bonus objective named after them.
Really?
Yeah, didn't you know that? You know, in Melee, you'd get,
clearly.
like, points added or deducted from your score based on, like, little things you did, like you did only air combos or something like that.
No, I don't. Anyway, Amiibos make me sad, and I just want to have all of them. And this has led me down a dark, dark path of I have a Greninja Amiibo coming from Amazon.de, which is Germany.
DE, huh?
Yep. I also have Ganondorf, Palutena, Zerasu Samus, and a Woolly Yoshi coming from Amazon.co.uk.
That's more reasonable. I still don't know why the German one is called .de, though.
It stands for
Deutschland.
In German. Yeah, it's Deutschland.
Okay, I get it.
Which is, so there's that. And then back in when Target had Rosalina and Luma, I got it from Amazon.it.
Italia?
Which is Italy. Yeah, Italia.
Apparently.
I'm very upset that I had to
Bella Twins?
import Amiibos.
Yeah, but you did it anyways.
I did. I can't stop. I need to have all the Super Smash ones, or else I'm gonna probably die.
You know what always bothered me about the Super Smash Bros. Ones?
Tell me.
Just literally just 3D models of their like character portrait in the game.
It's actually a direct copy of their trophy, like the classic trophy.
Okay, that is kind of cool, but
yeah, that's what it actually is.
But still, the fact that I just like look at my character and it's just like their character portrait in the game,
and it looks like that.
Like, yeah, I don't know if they know that these characters can be like positioned in different ways than this one way.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, the Super Mario Amiibos are better for that, I guess.
The ones that are like they released with Mario Party 10.
Yeah, they have different poses. The Yoshi Super Mario Amiibo is fucking hilarious, and I highly suggest you look at it.
Right now?
Don't buy it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, just look at it and probably laugh.
All right, Yoshi is just called the Super Mario Amiibo?
Yeah.
Actually, you talked about the I said Amiibo. You were talking about the woolly ones?
Yep.
Those things are awesome.
I have a blue one on pre-order from Amazon.co.uk.
What's so funny about this Yoshi?
He looks hilarious.
Look at him. Word for it. He looks.
No, you're supposed to look at him
right now.
Oh,
he looks as funny as Yoshi normally does. It says he's doing.
No.
He look. Know what he looks like? He looks like he's doing the Snoop Dogg "Drop It Like It's Hot" thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I'll send you a GIF.
You can send me a link?
I'll show you later. You ever seen that thing with the Snoop Dogg.gif, like the blingy, like... never mind. People know what I'm talking about. You know who knows what we're talking about?
Do you want to talk about a video game?
Who knows what we're talking about? The 27 people who like us on Facebook. 27.
Yep, is that what we're up to now?
Crazy. And I think I only know like a few of them.
We're taking off, man.
We're getting there. 27 people like us on Facebook. No one follows us on Twitter. That one guy one guy from Australia left a comment on one of our articles.
Oh, god damn it. Don't make me talk about that right now.
I won't. What video game do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the World of Warcraft.
Anything specific in mind?
I got my hunter to level 100. That was good.
Yeah?
Well, it's good. I don't know. I'm having trouble like focusing on leveling alts in this expansion.
Yeah, even though what little I've done, especially the early quests are just really Just really painful to repeat.
Garbage.
Especially considering the very first quests, like to get to Draenor, are
garbage.
Not exclusive to factions. So no matter which
garbage.
faction you're playing, it's
all
the
same
goddamn thing.
You know? And I'm so sick of it already. I just want an option to like skip it entirely, but I can't because otherwise you don't get a garrison. That's
kind of important.
Yeah, you need those to make it.
Then you get there and you get your garrison, and like leveling up with dungeons or whatever is not an option. It's just
you can kind of do it.
I'm just so bored of the quests in that area, and like I only have 2 level 100s right now. I have one on Horde and one on Alliance. So like I haven't done exactly the same quests, but there's a lot of quests that are in both zones that they very intelligently designed to be available for both factions.
Yeah,
because that way they had to make less quests, which is smart. But it means that you and me and everyone else who plays WoW sometimes winds up playing the same goddamn quest over and over and over and over and over, which is even worse than doing. I mean, questing, just doing quests for a long period of time is boring enough as it is, but doing the same ones over and over is like a nightmare.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I have 3 level 100s, and that's a goddamn nightmare. I don't know how I'm going to make it through, like, the other 8 that I have at level 90. I, like, barely get enough characters to, like, level 92 to unlock a 2-tier garrison.
Yeah, I've got, like, 3 level 92s and... like 3 or 4 more that need to get to still are just like standing in Capital City level 90.
Yeah, right. I think for me it's just 2 at this point. I have my rogue and my warlock, who I just hate both of them. So I don't play them.
Are they level 90?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought they weren't there yet.
Ask me how many boosts I have.
Oh, did you boost?
Purchased.
How many?
Just 2.
For those 2?
Yep.
I had to... Well, my rogue is my only... I have every class to level 90 besides rogue. He's level 67.
Yeah, fuck rogues. Just taking monk weapons. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, because monks were here first.
Monks are better in every way.
I did use my my boost I got with my expansion. I used that on my warlock.
Did you?
Because I don't know. I just gave him a bunch of professions I didn't have maxed yet because he was already level 60.
Man, I really want to like. Yeah, I want to like warlocks. I don't know, man. I don't like casters in general. They're very boring.
I love casters. I main a caster. And probably my second favorite class is priest, but I'm not really crazy about shadow.
Shadow's weird and
Shadow's okay. I don't like dots. You had to like multi-dot and stuff like that, switch targets and just like dot everybody, and it's like, fuck that.
Yeah. That's probably like one of the reasons why I don't like some warlock specs, and then like destruction is okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I play. I play Destro, and it plays kind of like mages.
Yeah, but then you're just like, why don't I just play my mage?
Yeah, because my mage is icy, and I like ice things.
Didn't they nerf the shit out of ice this tier?
No, I don't think so. They can't be possibly better. They can't be possibly any worse than they were at the end of Cataclysm. In Cataclysm, they were literally, and even before that, like Frost mages were literally a PvP only spec.
Yeah, I remember that.
And like one time I was just like, I just played it anyways. My DPS wasn't great.
Oh.
You good? You alright?
I've been looking for an air horn sound forever, and I finally found one.
I'm so happy for you.
We're all good. We're all good. Anyway, yeah, Mage's Frost.
I used Frost anyways.
Yeah,
The
I do too.
PvP
I like
wasn't
Frost.
or rather, I didn't really PvP at all. My PvE
Ever.
DPS was not particularly good, but did
Mhm.
anyways. And like at one point, like some guy was just like, "What the fuck? Like, why are you using a PvP spec?" And I was like, "There's
I
no
like
such
it.
thing as that. That doesn't exist."
I think people have finally realized that Frost is
Well, they made
good for
Frost
anything.
a lot better, like at the beginning of
Yeah.
Mists.
Mhm.
And actually, I'm pretty sure at the beginning of Mist they were OP.
They were OP all of Mist, from what I recall. It was Frost
Debatable.
Mages and what was the other one? Demonology Warlocks,
Yeah,
Affliction Warlocks.
no,
One
Affliction
of those.
was OP in Cataclysm. Everyone said that the story goes that whatever Ghost Crawler would play, they just made that OP.
I don't think that's
that
true,
was
but
the
okay.
rumor. That's why like something about like the second expansion or whatever, like the rogues had the best legendary item or something because that's what he was playing. Or I don't know.
Well, Rogues have
They
the
had
most
the only
legendary items,
yeah
which
because
is
they got
garbage.
the Warglaives or whatever in Burning Crusade.
Yep.
Like they were saying like
Yep.
that's why it's Ghost Crawler's playing a rogue. That's why I don't know. A lot of
Yeah.
conspiracy Illuminati shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, World of Warcraft.
That's a multifaceted game. And a lot of people say that
Yeah,
like
I can't.
a lot of games have come out that people were hoping would kill WoW. That they'd be veritable WoW killers.
Right.
That's
Never
That's
happened.
never going to happen.
I mean, there have been other like good MMOs that have come out that people like. Apparently, the Star Wars one is doing okay. Not after it went free to play.
Really?
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
How's Rift doing?
I don't know what that one is
Exactly.
Actually,
That was like
I think WildStar
3 or
is
4
dead.
years ago. Rift came out, and we were like, "Oh yeah, this is next WoW."
Was that the one that was like had the faux lolly things in it?
No. Ooh.
Is that the one? Or what am I thinking of?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about too. They like had cat
You
ears. or
do,
something,
right? Something like that. Was that Final Fantasy 11?
No. Well,
No.
there are like miniature people in that as well.
I know there's like.
Oh,
I
what are
can't
you
fucking
thinking?
remember.
It begins with an A or
What
something.
are you?
That was interesting. That
Is
looked
it-
interesting. I remember seeing that when it first came out, but it started in Korea
Mhm.
or something.
Maple Story.
Nope. Although that did
Oh.
also start in Korea.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was more actiony, and honestly,
WildStar? Was it WildStar?
no. But I was gonna mention WildStar because WildStar seems
Oh, you
like
should.
actually seemed interesting from what I saw because you actually had to aim and dodge attacks.
Man, that sounded really cool in practice, but I don't think it caught on.
Everyone's so used to the WoW model is the problem.
It's true.
But
That's
WoW's kind
true.
of, WoW is what it is, but it's a little bit lame. Like someone locks onto you with a spell and it just follows you for like 100 feet.
Well, it's like it's a traditional RPG, like in that sense, where like if someone targets you with an attack, there's a chance to miss, but if they don't, it's gonna hit you, kind of thing. Which is like okay, sure.
Yeah, it's like if they're gonna hit you, it'll like you're like running on your mount, and like it's just chasing you. This is like a little energy bolt, just like chasing you.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
so like,
wacky.
but in a raid instance, you're much more self-reliant in your ability to like actually move out of stuff. So it has some of that.
It
in
does.
where like I feel like it didn't used to years ago.
You'd know better than I would.
You would kind of you would kind of like tank its bank fucking everything.
Yeah, there's plenty of don't stand in the fire type, like get out of the way.
Like
of this
besides
stuff.
In like this raid tier, besides the Butcher, I can't think of one fight that is purely tank its bank. Can't. Nope, I can't.
Didn't you say Gruul was basically tank its bank?
Kind of, but there's a lot of moving out of... he has like a cave-in ability, which is like it summons an area of effect on the ground for a set period of time. So that's like stuff you have to actually like move out of, so it's not purely tank its bank. Like, the only thing about the Butcher is that he'll do a knockback, but then you just roll right in.
The Butcher really seems like tank its bank.
He's super tank its bank.
Although I wouldn't know about the normal way. There's a lot of LFR bosses that wind up just being tank its bank.
Yeah, you're supposed to actually like stand on either side of him and blah blah blah. I can't remember the strat we used because it was a long time ago.
If you remember Sporagar from Highmaul,
fuck Sporagar, dude.
You
mean Brackenspore?
Yeah, what am I thinking of?
Sporagar is I think it's a town.
Yeah, it is.
In Burning Crusade.
Yep, and Outlands.
Yeah, Brackenspore is the boss. That was a cool fight. I like that fight. Yeah, that was a really interesting fight to like, because realistically, this is like the first tier that I like did progression on, because I joined a raid team partway through Siege of Orgrimmar. So like we had pretty much, when I joined up that team, like a few weeks later, we downed Garrosh. So I wasn't really there for like all of the progression. So like this was like the first time we were all like, yeah, progression, cool. Brackenspore was like a big turning point for that, because it's hard. It's hard as fuck.
Well, yeah, Brackenspore, for whatever reason, they, for LFR, they reduce the mechanics, they impact the mechanics.
Yeah, they totally do. Yep.
Yep. And he basically became tank its bank. It was like there were mushrooms that healed you and mushrooms that didn't, and like don't stand the bad ones. And then there were like 3 kinds of mushrooms in normal. I can't remember about LFR. There was the green mushroom that healed you, and there was the blue mushroom that gave you haste, and then there was the bumpy, weird acne mushroom that gave you damage. Yeah, and then there were like flamethrowers you could use, but in LFR there was no reason to use them.
Yeah, it's usually because Brackenspore died before it actually became an issue. But in normal, you had to have people pick him up. And if he stands on that moss stuff, he heals for like a shitload. So you have to like constantly maneuver the boss between the good mushrooms and then burn the moss on the ground. But your flamethrowers had like a really tight cooldown, so like you couldn't fuck it up. It was a really good fight. I remember as DPS, I had to coordinate all the interrupts for the ad that spawned, because that thing fucking wrecked face. I can't remember what it's called.
It doesn't matter.
It did decay was the ability. I remember I stared at that fucking portrait, waiting for decay to pop up for like weeks. That was a good fight.
And when you didn't int, they were like, "What the fuck, man?"
Well, we had that ad was up for a really long time, so we had to coordinate like 3 DPS interrupts. So I would have to count off the whole time, and then get everybody to like be on my count, while like a bunch of other shit was going on. It was super hectic.
That sounds really fun.
It's super fun. When you have like a super intricate fight like that. Iron Maiden's is a little bit like that, although to a degree less so. Because there's like, you have to, the raid leader made like groups to like go over and fight things that end up on the boat. I don't know if you've done that fight. Have you done that fight?
I have done that fight, but I never went to the boat. I think in LFR, people get automatically sent to the boat.
Yeah, I think that's
just
true.
Like in, well, did you ever... No, you weren't. You didn't like raid during Mists of Pandaria, did you?
Just Siege of Orgrimmar.
Okay, so you never did. Tear's Endless Spring. I think it was still automatic. Like, certain people got sent away during Shaw of Fear.
Oh, yes, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's kind of like that, except you actually have to like go do it. So like, we finally downed it this week after like a month of wipes, but go us. But it's super interesting because there's like certain requirements. So like, there's the 3 bosses, and they all do different things on the boat, and one of them needs to be tanked.
There are 3 bosses.
Yeah, there are. It's like Sorka, Merrick, and the Admiral. Anyway.
Shows how much I know about that boss. I thought there were 2.
Pretty much, right? So anyway, so like one of them will go over and it's like, okay, they make these ads. You need like a tank and a heal and ranged, and so they'll go over. And then there's like another one. It's like this one just needs interrupts, so all the melee go over. It's just super neat. I like the coordination stuff. Where like I'm like, okay, cool, I have to do a thing. And plus, I also like Iron Maidens because there's 3 bosses with not shared health pools, so I just fucking Storm, Earth, and Fire all day. And I can hit like 70k DPS on that fight.
Wow, you're amazing.
Not burst, which is really cool.
You're so good.
And then like I'll do single target. I'm like, oh cool, I hit 22. Sick.
Nobody likes single target fights.
Monks suck at single target, so I like them even less.
There are not a lot of classes that are just like
hunters. Fucks.
Yeah, well, that's hunters for you. Nobody likes them.
They're like, apparently all 3 specs are like the top of the Noxus DPS charts for like everything.
Is Noxus, is that like Smogon University?
It's I don't know, it's a website that ranks the DPS
specs. Is it Smogon
specs.
University for WoW?
Kinda, in a way.
Do they have tiers?
Yeah. No.
Have we been talking for an hour yet?
Almost.
Okay.
Do you want to take a quick break?
Do you want to take a quick break?
I do.
All right. Well, then we will have a quick word from our sponsors.
Our sponsor. I have a sponsor. Don't worry.
Excellent.
Okay. I want to be sponsored by Flonase, which I'm going to use right now because
I'm going to pee because they're breaking, and that just seems like an appropriate thing to do.
Oh! Oh, all right, there we go.
Okay, Flonase. Flonase.
What? Flonase.
So,
what's up? Yep.
Do you want to be Do you want to be the doctor? Or you want me to be the doctor?
I think you should be the doctor.
Okay.
You're gonna be the doctor. I'm gonna come in complaining of nasal allergies, and you're gonna tell me what Flonase. It's gonna be good. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome to my office. I'm a doctor.
Help me, doctor. Help me. I have the nasal allergies.
Sucks to suck.
Okay, thanks you. I'll pay you the $12 for the copay. What? Do you have drugs?
I just got a text from Flonase. They said,
"Oh my God, Flonase!"
That if I tell you to use their product, they'll give me money.
Oh, okay. That's how medicine
They'll
works.
probably, what do you say, allergies or something?
The nasal allergies, I have them.
Yeah, it's springtime. That shit's really bad right now. You should. Here's a prescription for Flonase. Let me just get out my pen.
Do you have? Does it? I don't know if I want to like get a prescription. Is there an over the counter?
Nope.
But no, there is. You can buy it at the CVS.
Oh, are you gonna? So you got this all figured out then? You want to do my job? All right. Well, here.
Yeah.
Okay, listen,
No,
Here you go. Here's
I'm
my
Dr.
license. Here's my
McSmanovitz.
prescription pad. Here's my name tag.
Yep.
You do my
Okay.
job. How about I'm just gonna go home. How does that sound? All right.
That sounds great,
Right,
Doctor.
see ya.
I can breathe so good now. Okay, goodbye. Welcome to Dr. McSmanovitz's office. I have Flonase. You can buy it at CVS. It's good for your nose allergies. Buy Flonase.
.com. All right. What time is it?
We have roughly 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's just enough time to talk about.
What? And we're back.
Early access games.
Oh no!
Good.
How could you?
Bad. Neutral. We're gonna find out
For me, it
in the
depends
next
on-
10 minutes. Bear versus man.
For me, it depends on the game.
How so?
Good early access. Crit to the Necrodancer.
Bad early access.
A game I don't want to play.
Okay, so you're saying that
That does
just-
That does
that
it
just
wrong.
straight up. If a game comes out in early access, and you like
Yep.
it, early access is
Mhm.
good. And if it comes
Not
out on early
necessarily.
access and you don't like it, early access is bad.
No, it's more of I don't even know. An early access game needs to be like it has to be kind of close to being done. And if it's not, and you're just like you buy a thing based on a video because that's pretty much all you get is like a video and a few screenshots.
You mean
If
a
you buy
trailer?
it and it's not really, yeah, sure. If it's not really like most of a game, that's garbage. Like if you can't test out the core concept of the game when you buy it in early access, that's garbage. Garbage.
Yeah, but you can't. At the point you buy an early access game, you're not testing anything. You just bought the game.
No, but you are though. It's a little bit like a beta.
Yeah, a beta that you
Or a
you
beta.
pay. Usually,
It's a paid
it's
for
not
beta.
necessarily full price. It might be slightly discounted, but you're basically paying the price of the game to get into the beta.
Exactly. I don't like it. On the whole, really.
Now, let me tell you
know.
about a time that. So, Crypt of the Necrodancer is a good example because that game came out in early access when it had 3 of the 4 worlds done, and it was a mostly
Yep.
complete game, and it was a really good game. I liked it a lot. When it came
You know
out,
what
I liked it a lot.
You know what I liked on early access?
What?
You know what I like? Kerbal Space Program.
Oh yeah, you've been playing that for a long time.
Oh, I did. That game finally got released for real,
Oh yeah,
which no one believes because that game was in early access for like 5 years. That was like one of the first early access games.
yeah.
and then
was.
even-
that was like
even
that was
prior
seriously
to
like
that-
one of the very first, wasn't it?
Yeah, and even prior to that, you could play a free version. That was like they had a couple parts, and you could go to space, but that's about it. In this one, in like the full version, you could like walk around on the moon,
As a Kerbal.
and there's like a campaign
Huh?
with like space fund management,
No.
all this shit. Yeah,
Kerbal
all this shit.
Space Program. Do you name the characters?
No, they are
Okay,
pre-named.
so Jebediah is in the game, and he's just.
Yeah, Jebediah is
Okay, I
always in the
couldn't remember
game.
if you had named
Bill
him,
Kerman.
or I just remember you talking about Jebediah and how awesome he was.
Jebediah is a fucking dope dude.
So I want to tell you 2 stories about
Um,
early access. and they're pretty quick
Tell
stories.
me them. Okay, good.
I bought Mercenary Kings on Early Access
That was not
because here's why I bought Mercenary Kings in Early Access. Because it
Okay.
looked like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the movie, the game,
yes,
which is undeniable.
yes, it does look
And
like
then I
that.
played it, and I found out that it was not what I would call feature-rich, and it turned out to just
Sure.
be 2D Monster Hunter
Yeah, garbage.
with active reloading.
Yep.
I was a little bit disappointed, and I said, "Okay, let's wait for the game to come out fully, and then it'll be good." It was still just 2D Monster Hunter. Here's
Still.
another story.
Okay.
Audio Surf. Remember that game?
I do actually. Yeah.
That was the reason I got Steam. I said,
Oh, really?
Hey, I heard of this game called Audio Surf. I think I'd like to play it. It sounds cool because it generates levels based on the music that you put into it. That seems nifty.
Yeah.
And then I downloaded it, or I went to the website, and I saw that I have to download something called Steam. I was like,
Yep.
oh, well, it sounds like I gotta do it, so I'm gonna download it, I guess.
It sounds like
just
virus.
I don't care if it's a virus, it says I have to do it.
Yeah.
Download Steam, create an account, bought Audio Surf, played the crap out of it. A few years later, Audio Surf 2 comes out in early access. As of recording, the game is still on early access. Never bought
really?
it. I just said,
Oh shit.
fuck that, I'm not buying an early access game. I'm not buying a game that's not even out yet. And just
Yeah, fuck
never
that.
bought it. I bet that game is mostly done.
Fuck that.
Honestly,
It probably
by
is,
this
yeah.
point, it's been on early access a really long time. It's probably also one of the first ones. And I just said, like, I don't really
Fuck it.
feel like, I don't know. I didn't want to take the leap or whatever. I didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And when
Yeah.
that game comes out, I mean, like, early access I only want $15 for it or something. When that game comes out, I love the first one enough that I'm definitely gonna play it. I'll definitely buy it.
Yep.
But like, I
Yep.
don't
Yep.
feel the need to rush into it for some reason.
I mean, it's probably fine. It's probably just more audio.
I'm
surf.
fine with that because I haven't played that game in a long time. Like I said, first game I ever
Yeah.
owned on Steam. 500 games later, here I am.
Do you know what game made me download Steam?
Please tell me.
It was Team Fortress 2.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Do you mean the
true.
orange box?
I do. Somebody told me about Team Fortress 2. I can't remember who it was. It was before Hats, for sure.
Yeah, that's when I started playing it. I put 200 hours into that game before Hats.
I think I'm like kind of in the same
I think
boat.
after 200 hours, I just looked at that game and I was just like, wow, fuck this game. Seriously.
Yep, pretty much.
I want nothing to do with that game anymore.
Yeah,
It was just a weird bullet
but
sponge.
they were like, you have to install this thing called Steam, and I'm like, what the fuck is this
Stem?
bullshit?
I don't know what that is.
It's a PC game. Put the disc in the drive, make it happen. And then it's like, no, go to Steam.
Then the
Install
installer
Steam.
pops up and you press install. And it's
Then you go
would
on
you
our
like
store?
to run Reading Rabbit for third graders? Yes, I would.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of my first purchases too.
Man.
You know what game I also
Yeah.
got really early on in my Steam career?
What was that?
Stalker: Shadow of Chernobyl.
I own that, but I don't
It
know
was
why.
on sale really
must
early
have-
on into my Steam days. And I just
It must
bought
have must have been on sale for like $5, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a game.
I heard it was good. I just never really could get into it. It's like a really weird, it's a really weird game. It's just, it's kind of a first person shooter. They throw you into this like world, and they're just kind of like, fucking figure it out.
Yeah, right.
And like I can understand how like you stuck with it. No, like it was a game that you played because it was all you had. You'd like really be able to enjoy it. But I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
A lot of avid fans of the Stalker series, but
But fuck it.
yeah.
That's gonna do it for the Beer versus Mancast.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Coming soon. Beer versus Mancast, Episode 2.
to a theater
Where
near
we
you.
answer your questions.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to send us a question, you can send us a question at bearvsmangaming@gmail.com. That's Bear vs Gaming. Nope. Bear vs Man Gaming @gmail.com.
Bear versus Gaming.
Bear versus Gaming. Different email. We don't own
full
it.
disclosure, you might not have time to get the questions in for this one.
But the next one.
We're always...
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, boy.
Ryan and I are always down to have a bunch of beers and then record a bonus cast.
That's true. You can find us on bearversusman.com. We're also bearversusman on Twitter. And facebook.com/bearversusman? Question mark?
I think so. Probably isn't
like
a gaming at the end of that.
No, I don't think
Not
so.
on that one.
That's just the email.
So, yeah.
bearversusmangaming@gmail.com. Send us emails. Okay. That'll do it.
Bye.